Good morning, world.
Good morning out there.
So sorry we haven't released a lot in the last couple weeks. We needed a break a little bit, but
Yeah.
also I left.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was again in Tennessee. And
Chris Stapleton, Tennessee whiskey.
So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the future of Cedric and Brian with that trip.
Yes. Stay tuned, you guys. Should be interesting. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian. All right, we're going to do something different today. Grab that bucket next to you.
Is something different? Well, there's another
The
bucket?
other side, yeah. All right.
I'm not that
We know you're
flexible
tired
anymore.
of it. Just hold up here.
Do we have that memorized? We taped that so long ago. I don't think we even have it memorized. So
So you guys,
we're going to ask you if you're prepared.
Patriot Supply.
Yes.
Patriot Supply. It gives you, just like it says here, it's ready, ready hour. 4-week food supply.
We got mac and cheese, organic energy drink mix,
All kinds of stuff.
long grain white rice. Of course, it's white rice. They don't have
Cheesy
any
broccoli
brown rice.
and rice soup.
Oh, how ironic. The white rice and the black bean soup.
What about this? The chocolate pudding.
Ooh, some chocolate pudding. Bill
Anyways,
Cosby.
we figured you guys have had enough of our canned ad. We would just tell you things are not great out there, as you know.
Yeah.
Especially we live here in California where gas is now like $7 a gallon.
Yeah.
As you know, you can't find baby food, but it may not only just be baby food. Our illustrious president is just bound and determined to try to make things difficult for one, so we have to go off of fossil fuels, but you can't rush that stuff.
No.
But anyway, be prepared. Go to www.preparewithcedricandbrian.com.
You almost forgot it because it's been
I know,
recorded.
it's been a while. And get your supplies. It's 4-week supply. The food is actually really good, and it's
It is.
a big variety of food.
Yes.
So hope you go out and enjoyed that we didn't just throw that commercial at you.
Yes. So we're going to do something a little different today. As Brian alluded to earlier, he and his wife and your daughter,
And my daughter, Angeline.
they went back to Tennessee because there's a 2 to 3 year plan, if I'm not mistaken, to,
Yes. So
to relocate from California to Tennessee.
It's about a 2-year plan now. So we actually met with our builder, and we met with a home designer. I'd been coming up with some designs, and I gave it to her to do the official ones. And I plan on starting to build in April, this coming April next year. And it takes about a year to build, hopefully, and then probably going out there. So I got to get this guy out there.
Well, people always ask, like they've asked before, what's going to happen to Cedric and Brian?
Yeah.
Well, Cedric and Brian, as individuals, we will always be friends. And truth be told, as a native Californian, I'm getting a little burned out. So I've been looking to make a move as well. I have a lot of plates in the air. I don't say I have more than Brian, but both parents are still nearby. I am currently involved with a young lady who things may get serious. Probably the first time you heard me say that. So I may be serious. And
Well, I know she said she wouldn't move to Tennessee as your girlfriend. I know that.
And women, you got to respect that, right? She said, I like you, but I am not going to Tennessee as a girlfriend. Let's just make that clear.
That's her way of saying you better put a ring on it.
As Beyonce would say. But Cedric and Brian will always be together in some way, shape, or form, so don't you guys fret about that.
And if we have to do it remotely, we will. We have the technology, but I'm hoping to get Cedric out there.
No.
There's lots of job opportunities out there, and we'll see.
I'm not going to work. I'm going to retire and relax.
He's gonna go work on the farm.
I'm about that country life.
That's right.
So we're gonna show some photo clips.
Well, just kind of go over it. So for any of you interested in maybe if you're from a state like California, New York, Massachusetts, any of those really deep blue states that cost a lot to live in, I'll kind of explain what we did and kind of go over that.
Okay.
All
right. Sounds good.
So what I did with my sister Heidi and my other sister Terry and a friend of ours who actually are in Arkansas right now, they started their drive a few days ago. They'll be in Tennessee tomorrow. We bought 20 acres in a place called Smithville, Tennessee.
Smithville.
It's about an hour and 15 away from Nashville. We wanted something close enough to where we could go hang out. So we bought 20 acres. It was only $60,000 for each of us. So it was only $60,000 for 5 acres. So those of you from those blue states we just talked about, you know that's hard to do. And we had to get one that perked. So we did that. So we took my daughter out there to go look at the land.
Yes.
And you can see some of this footage right here. There's some drone shots. Our neighbors right there, they're the ones with those donkeys and horses. So they have 17 acres right next to our 20 acres.
Nice.
And I have the pond on my half of the property.
Nice. Any fish or?
There's fish in there. There's big old bullfrogs. There's a snapping turtle we found out.
Okay.
And what? Oh, crawfish.
Okay. Cool.
So, but anyway, so we went to Opryland first. So I'm going to kind of give you a little Middle Tennessee travel guide here for those of you who aren't from Tennessee and would like to go there. If you haven't been there, go. We went there a year ago and we had a blast.
I don't want to ruin it, but does it bear bringing up a few times as the Cedric and Brian breaking off to another channel? Do you want to save that for later?
No, I will. I'll say it a few times. So I started a channel about this move, about Middle Tennessee, about migrating from California and, in case of my sister Terry, Arizona, and migrating to Tennessee. Okay. So that's what the channel is called, Tennessee Time. I will put the link in the description if you guys care to go over. I'd love for you guys to subscribe to that. You know, we'd love more eyes on that. It's just going to be our journey. The trials and tribulations. It's not as easy as I thought it would be to find something that'll fit all of us.
Right.
We'll perk for septic because you have to have septic out there. So if you're interested in that, interested in maybe semi-retiring or just going out there to work, check out that channel. It's Tennessee Time. Again, link is in the description.
Okay.
But the first one we did, if you haven't been there, we went to Opryland.
Okay.
You haven't been to Opryland?
Yeah, the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, so it's right next to the Grand Ole Opry. So Opryland it's Gaylord Opryland Resort, I think.
Okay.
So it's this huge indoor resort that's indoor-outdoor. So what they did is they put glass up. So they got water fountain falls in there, a little river, and all kinds of fun stuff. So anyways, if you ever get a chance and you're out by Nashville, check out Opryland. So we did that. We had a busy day. We did that one day. Then we went and hung out at what place called South Street. South Street, yeah. Or South. I can't remember. Okay. But it's a street out down there in Nashville. It's got all kinds of boutique shops. You can see my daughter there posing next to this old truck. Then, of course, we donned our cowboy hats that were just in our condo. So those of you, another plug. Can I do another plug?
Yes.
I have an Airbnb in Nashville. If you guys want to stay there, I will also put that link in there. It sleeps 6 people. So there's 2 rooms that with a double bed, a king bed, and then a pull-out couch.
Right.
But it's great. It's right in what's called the Gulch in Nashville.
I thought you were doing a plug because Brian just showed you his beautiful daughter. So I'm putting Brian under the gun here. I'm assuming this is being released Tuesday, June 7th. Tomorrow, it is that beautiful young lady's birthday. She is incredible. It is her birthday and her birthday only, and we can't wait to celebrate her. I'm making that up because it's also...
She was born on my birthday. She was my birthday present. It'll be 20 years ago.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. Cedric knew us before she was born.
Wow. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So that's how long Cedric and I have known each other. So she had a blast. We went out and we did a line dancing. And my daughter, she comes out of her shell. Because her mother and myself, we're not real outgoing. I know it's hard to believe, but we're not real outgoing people. She got out there and she just met people because, she didn't have anybody but us there.
Right.
And she went out there and met people, danced, and she had a good time.
I have to blow his cover just for 1 second. It was about 5-6 years ago. He would ridicule me and mock me for having my cowboy boots and my hat and going line dancing. He is all about it now. All about it.
Moving to Tennessee, man. Cedric knew. He foreshadowed that.
Yep.
Knew I was going to end up in the country, so he got me into country music. But Thursday, stay tuned. Oh, we have an episode coming up Thursday. Rock on.
I'm just going to apologize in advance.
So you got to stay tuned for Thursday's episode. We went to this. So I got this hat at a place called Cummins Falls. Beautiful place outside of Cookeville, Tennessee. Okay. So all these areas are in Middle Tennessee. So these falls were beautiful. I'll show you some of these shots in these videos. So you have to hike down there. And my wife, a trooper, she made the hike, and she had to go in and out of the stream and the little river. And then my daughter and I, we jumped in and went on, swam behind the waterfalls, and then jumped off the waterfall. It was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was beautiful there. I mean, it's beautiful in Southern California, obviously, where we live. It's just looking at it, it's beautiful.
And that's the one thing I was thinking about this morning when Brian said that we were going to do this episode today. And again, as I said in the opening, that I'm a native Californian. And that was one of the beautiful things about California back in the day, is that on a given weekend, you can go to the beaches and the mountains and enjoy them both within an hour and a half of each other. But that seems to be the only thing right now that is keeping Californians in California.
Yeah, because for those of you from here, you know that Governor Newsom, he's going to really restrict our water. What he's doing, he's dumping our reservoirs for some reason, because of some, who knows what political reason. So they're dumping water, and then he's declaring a drought. And he's going to literally, my wife looked at it, he's going to cut our water in half. And if we use that, then he's going to basically, ratchet it down.
Ration it out to us.
Yeah, ration it out. So we have to ration water.
Call him the Warden Newsom.
So that's one of the reasons we're all getting out of here. And I know Cedric's finally going to reach his boiling point. Like I said, I saw Dave Rubin, he finally reached his boiling point, moved. The Daily Wire, they left. Dennis Prager's the only one really hanging on. Larry Elder, but
well, we live out here.
They're even older than us
in the Inland Empire. I won't go to LA unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah,
I just avoid that place like the plague.
Yeah. So then after we did Cummins Falls, which was a beautiful place. There's so many beautiful places in Tennessee, folks. And it's in June. We're there in June, and they talk about the humidity. It wasn't bad.
Really?
We hiked. It's more humid than California, but it's not any more humid than the rest of the United States, other than, Arizona and those places. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Green. Then we went, where'd we go? So then the next day we went to the land that I bought with my two sisters and friend. So again, 20 acres. I'll show you here. Here's the animals that we will live next to. So we're trading in living in houses that are literally 4 feet apart.
Right.
To wide open space. They have these two, and for those of you who called me out last time, these are not buffalo. These are called mini Highland cattle. So they're cows, Highland cows. Yes. So they're just bushy, they're furry. They also have a couple pigs. They have a lot of dogs, these cute little white dogs, the Pyrenees, Great Pyrenees. Yes. Little puppies, donkeys. It's just going to be great. We plan on having horses. That's why I need Cedric to come out, because he knows how to raise horses. I don't. And my wife wants some donkeys.
She's got one.
My sister Heidi wants chickens and goats.
Yes,
she little mini goats. I think pygmy goats. I think.
Yes.
Anyways, we're just trading in this lifestyle for just a little more relaxation. You don't have to just work, make money to pay your rent or pay your mortgage out here, where it's just ridiculous. So that's why we're doing that. Anybody else, if you want any tips on it, trust me, go to my channel. We'll be giving out plenty of tips.
Now, we'll get to the channel in a little bit, but how often do you plan on releasing videos? Weekly?
I don't know. Right now we have our pilot episode is out there, so you can watch that. Our friends, again, Kim and Mike and Scott, they already left, so we'll have an episode on their journey.
Okay.
And then we have an episode on how we went about finding land, and we put offers on 3, and we finally got the third one. Again, it's not as easy as it seems. But back to Nashville. Another reason I love Nashville, and even before I listened to country music, like last year, I would drag them into all the ones, because it's not just country music out there. Right. We found a grunge band that I just hung out and watched. They were playing Guns N' Roses and some other places. And then you have your country. And then I went to this place. It's called the Bourbon Street Blues. And this band was up there. And just listen to this guy play for a second here. Really talented. So what they do is that the only white guy in the band, if you see him standing there, what he does is then he brings up, you can sign up, and any musician can come up and play drums or guitar or bass or whatever. He lets them sit in.
Really?
Yeah, so these are real musicians,
awesome.
and they can play blues or jazz.
Yeah.
So if you like music and you like live music, which in California it's really hard to find it, you have to go to LA, which Cedric just said. I like to go to LA, or you have to wait for actual concerts and pay, $100 a ticket. You just walk down to Broadway, and there's 3 bands on every place on 3 different levels.
Yeah.
On almost every place, you can find any music you like. Fun place. I mean, it does cost you the price of drinks, which ain't cheap out in Tennessee.
Was that the 3-story place we went to last year?
We went to a few. I did go into the Tin Roof. And
Okay.
we watched some classic rock, and Angeline, my daughter, ended up dancing with a party that came in. So if you don't know, Nashville is now the bachelorette capital of the world.
Okay.
So these bachelorette party came in, and they're just a bunch of girls, and my daughter went out there, and she just started dancing with them.
Awesome.
She had a good time.
Yes. I was convinced last year when we went to that place and we were actually crammed into like sardines.
Yeah.
And we left. I was convinced at that point I will never catch COVID.
That was
Because
Tootsie's.
if you don't catch it there, you're not catching it.
I know. And none of us caught it that trip.
No, not that trip.
Not that trip. I did catch it later. Then we went to, we killed some time. Then we went to another falls, Burgess Falls, which is not that far from this place right here,
Okay.
Cummins Falls. And you can see here, there was one of the park rangers with a snake. It was a corn snake. So that was cool. She was kind of giving us an idea. You can't kill snakes in Tennessee, not even poisonous ones. So I asked her, I said, well, what if you have pets or little kids? She goes, if it's going to attack you, you got to do what you got to do. Don't tell anybody.
Right.
But, they said they'll pretty much, you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. I hope. So we had a fantastic time. Oh, I don't know what else to say. Those that watch this from Tennessee, give me
Right.
your ideas of places to go. I always obviously want to go to the Great Smoky Mountains when I'm there, when I'm living there. Right. But we went all around Middle Tennessee. Had a great time.
Awesome.
And I'm hoping to take him there for another visit, and then, hopefully convince him.
It might seal the deal.
Because I'm building a house with a walkout basement, and the whole back of the basement. So you guys can't see this, but basically from that guitar to that guitar, those 2 walls, that's as wide as this room is, and it's not much deeper than that. So this is we're filming in a tiny little area here. Okay. And I plan on building a big music studio / a filming studio, and that's going to be the go-to. So,
awesome. Well, you guys should check out Tennessee Time, and I will try and encourage him because Brian likes to be on a time schedule. Like, I don't know if it's going to be once a month in the beginning until things rev up, or at least bi-monthly where you'll post a video. But
yeah, probably more than
needed.
that, because like I have Cedric on our channel, pushing me.
Yes.
I have my sister on the other one. When are you releasing the video? Oh,
jeez.
So I'm gonna be getting it from both sides. So
no,
I'll be spending
leave
a lot
him
of
alone.
time right here on this area. That's my home.
A good deal. But like for those of you like me, I don't know if any native Californians or native New Yorkers, or ironically, since like anyone who's a native blue state person, if you're getting sick and tired of that and you just want a better life, now for me, my children are my children, but now I'm thinking,
well, one of them's going to be living in North Carolina, right?
Yeah. So my daughter may move to North
already.
Carolina. My son and his new wife, they want to move to Texas.
We got to get him to Tennessee. I think we can get him to Tennessee.
Yes.
It's prettier. All you people from Texas, I know Texas is a great state, but Tennessee is beautiful.
It is.
Beautiful
really
state. And it's right next to Georgia. A lot of golf. I'm a golfer. And then you got Kentucky up to the north. You can travel to the Carolinas, North Carolina.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. We'll see. But like I said, we'll say before in the beginning, Cedric and Brian, we're not done. We're not done. We're gonna keep going strong and talking about stuff.
We still have 2 years in this studio, and then hopefully you'll join us when we have both of us in the new studio.
Yes. Well, he's not gonna say as much as I am. Go check out Tennessee Time. If anything, it's just cool to watch someone make the natural progression from living in one state and moving to another, and then sharing all the fine new details of what it takes to do that. Yeah. So if you guys don't subscribe to enough channels, along with this channel, which we hope you're still sharing with people, make sure you go check out Tennessee Time. It is worth it. And if you guys know the quality of Brian's videos, he puts a lot of time and effort and energy into it. So go check that out. You have to.
And don't miss our next episode on Thursday.
I was hoping they would forget that.
Talking about putting some effort into it. You guys are going to laugh at us, probably.
Oh, geez.
Laugh at us.
Laugh at us. A couple eye rolls. A couple.
Oh, I can't wait to see the comments.
A bunch of pearl clutching, I think. Like, oh, I can't believe they did that. All right. Anything else you want to add there?
No. Just those of you who've never been to Nashville area, go. I told people, I go, once I move there though, I'm closing the door behind me. So get there now because I'm not letting. I don't want anybody else coming.
Wow, you're gonna be one of those.
It's getting too crowded.
My sister, my niece.
She's gonna be going to school there,
she's
right?
going to Tennessee State.
Yeah, so that's right in Nashville.
I call her playfully my political battling buddy, and so she graduated, 2 weeks ago, and I said, "Do not take that California BS to Tennessee."
Exactly. What's her name?
Should I share her name?
You don't have to.
My niece, and then but
leave California in California.
Yeah, don't bring that California stuff there. They're not going to tolerate it. Well, good. I'm glad you're doing that. You guys check out that channel. It's going to be awesome. But while we're here at this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell, and continue sharing our channels with everyone you know. Until next time, and don't forget to watch on Thursday. Until next time, I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian. We'll see you later.